welcome. I'm Esther Buerki, the author of Living Without Fear and the co-publisher of the Amazon best-selling Inspired Journeys. Get in touch with me if you want to start living without fear or writing a book. And please share this podcast with a friend who you know needs to hear this episode. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, write a short review, and rate it on your favorite podcast platform with a lot of stars if you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your support. This truly means a lot to me. And today, I'd like to talk again once more about the relationship with our parents, because I know that many are struggling with their relationship with their mom and dad. And if you don't know me yet, I struggled so much with my parents. When I started writing my book, Living Without Fear, 5 years ago, I still wasn't in peace with them as I am today. But it started slowly to change. Just to give you the picture, when I was a teenager, I hated my parents so much. It sounds awful today, but it was the case. My parents didn't have the self-confidence to be there for me as I had wished it. Every little thing when I was happy triggered them and made them uncertain. The result was that they reacted to me in a very severe manner. And they always told me that I wasn't grateful and that I didn't appreciate the things I got. I always felt I was the worst child that existed. I believed that I wasn't lovable at all, and it was my fault that my parents didn't treat me in a kinder way. But indeed, they weren't able to treat me nicer because I triggered in them so much, and they couldn't respond to me in a wise and parenting manner. Today, my parents will be turning 89 in a few weeks, and they still live together in the house where I grew up without any help. And I visit them every Saturday when I'm not traveling, as I did in the past month, where I've been in Egypt. If you think now that my parents don't trigger me at all, you're wrong. Very recently, I've done some work on deserving something in life, especially money. And my mother came up because she still believes strongly that she doesn't deserve anything. This is so sad, but it has always been that way. I don't know her differently. And this feeling that she hasn't any worth triggers me a lot. It is such an old feeling I already know from childhood. And it meant if she didn't feel she deserves anything, I didn't deserve anything as a child. And she wasn't happy when I got something from other people, a book or some chocolate. And when I was extremely happy about it, she was jealous about me. Did you experience similar things with your parents? I started very early with therapy. I was 21 because I felt there is something wrong with me and I need to work on it. I hated not only my family, but myself, and I didn't want to leave. I did so much therapy during years to understand myself and my family better and to heal. And this healing process is still ongoing. I think it never stops. All the time, I discover new layers of my story and of my family history. But I'm grateful I got to the point where I started loving my mom and my dad slowly but steadily. How can you get there too? I want to give you 2 important steps. The first step is to start having compassion for you, your younger self, and the drama you've been experiencing all those years. I put a picture from kindergarten on my home screen on my phone, and every time I open my phone, I see myself at around 5 or 6. I see this fragile, sensitive little girl who looks at the photographer with big, sad eyes. This girl looks so lost in this world. And when I see her, I feel this strong compassion for little Esther. I acknowledge that she has been suffering a lot in this life during many years, and she got so depressed. She had suicidal thoughts so many times, and she didn't want to live on anymore. I see her now, and I comfort her in her distress. This picture on the phone helped me a lot to heal those wounds I feel deeply that I got from my parents. And nowadays, in situations where someone doesn't see me, where I get triggered and I feel worthless because it feels the same way as my parents treated me, I picture this little girl in my mind and I send her a lot of love. I tell her it's not about her, how others react to her. It's about them. It has nothing, but really nothing to do with her. She's amazing. She deserves love, and she deserves being seen. And this ongoing process is so healing. The second step, which will help you to get over those negative feelings towards your parents, is to recognize their story. Imagine their parents and ancestors. Did they grow up with love and joy and peace? When I look at my parents, they were born 4 years before the Second World War has started. They didn't have much. And my dad's mother was sick, and already as a child, my dad had to take care of her. My mom's family lived in Germany and suffered from not having enough to eat during the war. Her ancestors didn't have had beautiful lives either. Scarcity was the main topic in that family. Although my parents had had a better life than their parents, they didn't change their mindset. For example, they never spent too much money in order to save for times when they could need it. They couldn't get rid of beliefs like life is hard, or even when things are going well, there must always come something bad. They grew up with a lot of fear, and they still suffer from a lot of anxiety today. I could forgive my parents because they didn't get the chance to work on themselves as I did. I see them now with love and compassion for what they are. They gave their best, and it was all they could give. They didn't want to hurt me, although they did. They couldn't react differently. And today, I can say I have the best parents I could have, because they pushed me to go further, to do therapy, to understand myself better, to reflect on my family history, and finally to break the generational pattern of not feeling good enough and have a lot of fear and anxiety. But please don't think I resolved all with my parents. They still trigger me, and it happens that I suddenly realize there is this old, odd feeling in me of not being heard, seen, understood, and loved by them. And in those moments, I search for this little girl in me who has been hurt so much and so often, and I comfort her. I try to be this loving mother to her, this mother she never had. And this helps a lot to get over those difficult feelings and to see my parents with love and to be in peace with them today. If you need some help, if you want to work on your relationship with your parents, let me know. Thank you, dear listener, for spending your precious time with me and being open to learn how to heal old wounds. And I cannot repeat it enough. In case you feel worthless today and nobody seems to like you, I tell you, you are amazing. I love you. And you're a gift to everyone who crosses your path. And please tell yourself these sentences over and over again. Have an amazing day and talk to you next week.